My name is Patrick Marquez. We are here with Taylor Gosnell, and we have a few questions for her related to music. And we're going to begin this interview now. So Taylor, the first question I have might be a simple question, but you'd be surprised at the answers that I've received. Do you like music?
No, I mean, yes.
So you do like music?
Yeah, I like music.
Okay, so if you do like music, my follow-up question for you is, why do you like music?
I mean, I like music for a plethora of reasons, honestly, but I guess the main reason was that if I was ever feeling like sad or lonely or something, or if I just didn't have anyone to talk to, I'd always listen to music, and it would be like a way for me to escape from however I was feeling at the moment, which sounds really cliche, but
that's a good answer. Bouncing off of that, how often do you listen to music?
pretty much 24/7. I don't think there's a time where I'm out where you can catch me without my headphones in. So I'm sorry for anyone who tries to talk to me, and I just don't listen. Like, I just don't. I'm in the zone. Don't even try to talk to me if I have my headphones in.
So, in regards to that, what's your preferred format to listening to music?
Definitely Spotify, just because Spotify cares about you like no one else cares about you. Apple Music sucks. Just saying, like, I'm gonna be the one to say it.
Just kind of an extension of that. If there were no streaming services, then what would your answer be to the same question?
To listening to music?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to resort back to, like, prehistoric times and listen to the YouTube. You know, when you could, like, go to YouTube and then lock your phone?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would have to do that, or illegally download music. I mean, what? You didn't hear that.
What's your earliest memory of music?
Definitely listening to music in the car with my dad when I was 5 or 6.
Okay, do you remember what you listened to in the car?
Yeah, my dad's favorite band, or one of his favorite bands, is the Eagles. So we would listen to the Eagles.
So these days, who would you say is your favorite band or singer, artist?
I have a lot, but probably if I was like at gunpoint, I guess, I'd probably say The Strokes.
The Strokes. The Strokes, for anybody who doesn't know, is a early 2000s indie rock band who sort of revitalized garage rock music, and their influences are still being felt today. So I have to ask, why The Strokes?
I mean, going off with what you said, is that The Strokes definitely opened me up to other artists, like Interpol, Tame Impala, the Arctic Monkeys, and I could go on and on, honestly. They're just like, that's why I love them so much, because everything I listen to is because of them. I mean, that sounds, like I said, that sounds cliche, but like, they're like my central focus to like the kind of genre of music that I like now.
Yeah, they were a big influence on a lot of artists of today's time. If there was no such thing as music, what do you think you would gravitate towards?
I already do this, like I am already like a big movie buff, but I think I would probably just like religiously watch movies. Not like I don't already do that, but like even more it'd probably be a problem.
Yeah, I find movies and music are fairly related, so that makes sense.
But also you have to think about, like, if music didn't exist, would it just be silent films? Because I could do with that too, but like, that's just a question for everyone to ponder.
So, what genre of film would you lean towards that you would say, this might be kind of odd to ask, but if there was what specific genre would you say would fill that void if there was no music?
Probably psychological thrillers. I mean, just because I feel like it's a broad, I mean, people might not agree with me, but I feel like it's a broad genre of movie that, like, depending on how you view a movie, you could classify it as a psychological thriller. Like, I technically could say that Pulp Fiction is a little bit of a psychological thriller, and it's my favorite movie. So, that kind of movie.
Yeah, I think I see your point. So, how has music overall changed or inspired you in your life? And that could be something big, or it could be a smaller sort of detail.
Honestly, like, I can't remember a day that if I wasn't, like, feeling a certain mood, like happy, sad, or whatever, nervous, I always, like, will just, like, put in my headphones and listen to a song that correlates with that mood. And it just definitely, like, gets me through the day. That's just so weird to say, I know, but, like, I just feel like music in a way motivates me to do, like, what I love to do, and it makes me happy in general.
So, going off of that, is there a specific genre of music, or you can go even more specific, you know, is there a certain artist, band, or what sort of music do you go to when you need that outlet?
Well, my favorite genre of music is, like, indie rock-ish. So, I mean, if I'm just trying to listen to, like, my favorite bands, then definitely an indie rock band. But if I'm sad, then Alicia Keys. Not
Alicia
gonna lie.
Keys. Good choice.
Iconic.
So this one might be a tough one to answer. If you had one album to take to an island where you would be stranded for the rest of your life, what album would that be?
Yeah, that's definitely a loaded question, because, like, I have so many albums that has, like, impacted me throughout my life, but if I'm stranded alone, then I would definitely want something that reminds me of my dad. Just like I said, like, he's my idol and I love my dad. So I'm not gonna say an Eagles album, but a Pink Floyd album, because that's another one of his favorite artists. So Dark Side of the Moon or The Wall or something like that.
Okay. So my follow-up question on that one was going to be why, but I guess that's sort of been answered by explaining it. It's because of your father. So I'll ask something else. You said Pink Floyd, correct?
Yeah.
What do you think, if your father's connection wasn't there, what do you think would make a Pink Floyd album a good choice to take on an island?
Honestly, Pink Floyd is, like, can be classified as, like, a psychedelic band, and I feel like if I'm alone, I want something like an album that's creative. So I feel like it would take me out of, like, where I'm at. So, like, if I'm at, like, if I'm just, what is that movie with the volleyball?
Castaway. With Tom Hanks?
Yeah. So I would have to, like, use that album as, like, my friend, basically.
That's a good answer.
Oh, yeah, it's weird, but.
So here's also another question I know you're going to find very loaded and probably going to find difficult to say, but if there was one song to define everything that makes you who you are, what would it be?
Definitely Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar.
It's an interesting choice. I have to say that's the first time I've heard that. So
First time you met me.
I would ask just why that song, but let's get a little more interesting and dig into your past a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up chopping down money trees by chance?
I mean, is that even a question? I feel like everyone does that. I mean, you saw my AirPods, right? Like, I don't speak broke. That's why that song relates to my life.
If that offends anyone, I apologize. The beliefs of the interviewee do not reflect the interviewer.
They're just jealous, right?
This is my last question for you, and it's a very important question, I feel like. Especially in today's current climate. Yeah, with all these political, turmoils happening. So I guess the most important question of this whole interview is, why do you like Eminem, the rapper?
First of all, I'm offended that you would ever ask me that, because I do not. Please, I'm triggered. I needed a warning there. I'm suing. So no, I don't like Eminem.
Okay, follow-up question. Seriously, why do you like Eminem?
You better get out my house. You need to cut this off, 'cause